This is gonna be my last video with purple hair. I know, controversial. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia, and today I'm going to be doing my book before movie on Perks of Being a Wallflower. Grab your coffee and let's get chatting. So, I'm not gonna lie today. I don't lie any day, but... Oh, and this mug is from World Market. It has a little P on it for potatoes. I'm gonna give it to you straight. This may be my favorite book to movie adaptation ever? Question mark? This thing is so freaking good. I can't even. Also, this is the movie tie-in edition, but I don't like the normal one because it kind of is like lame. Anyways, it follows this guy named Charlie. He is in his freshman year of high school, dealing with all the shit that goes down then. He friends to seniors, and it's just kind of high school, people going off to college, relationships, sex, all that good stuff. This is one of the realest depictions of high school I have ever seen. This is actually set in the 90s, but it's so relatable. Charlie has some things in his past that come up and that really affect him. Spoil it, obviously. Grows so much, and so do all the characters. And it's just fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorite books. I actually just had to like pick it up of my little stack. The movie adaptation is absolutely incredible. I have like almost no complaints about it. Like, of course I have complaints because this is me we're talking about. Literally, it's so fantastic. The cast is great. The acting is amazing. And it's actually, the screenplay is written by Steven Chbosky. And I find that in any sort of like book to movie adaptation, if the author of the book is writing the screenplay, it's definitely gonna stay true, at least most of the time. This is told through letters that Charlie is sending to just a friend, so we never find out who that is. Spoiler. And it's really cool that it actually does like depict Charlie and he's doing the voiceover and like saying the letters. I don't know. It is a very short book, so I think the adaptation was probably pretty easy to do. Let's get to our quote here. I'm doing this for all of my book to movie, wow. I'm doing this for all my book before movie episodes, I guess. It says, he's a wallflower, you see things, you keep quiet about them, and you understand. And that is obviously from this book. That's one of my favorite quotes. Of course, like, I could have done like the classic, like, in that moment I swear we were infinite, like, which I totally love, and I just like, that's why I'm wearing this like star sweater. I don't know if you like got that. There is one thing that I loved in this book, and I was really kind of disappointed that it wasn't included in the movie. And this is not spoilers whatsoever, so I am going to tell you, don't worry about it. Poem in here, and it might be my favorite poem of all time. I guess I didn't think much of it when I first read the book, because now I've read it twice. It's so like sad and raw and like really just fits the story. And actually I did find out that they did film this scene like with Charlie like saying the poem, but it's a deleted scene. So obviously that means it wasn't in the movie. If you don't know what a deleted scene is, it means it was deleted from the movie to make some room have less time. But I want to read it because it's like so great, and like trigger warning definitely if you go into this book for, I like can't speak, whoa, for attempted suicide and some dark, heavy thoughts. Also there's some homophobia in here and rape and sexual assault. It's a heavy book. Tread with caution. I really wished it was in the like movie. Like I think it would have been like added so much. Okay, anyways. It like added so much to my experience reading it. Anyway, once on a yellow piece of paper with green lines, he wrote a poem, and he called it Chops, because that was the name of his dog, and that's what it was all about. And his teacher gave him an A and a gold star, and his mother hung it on the kitchen door and read it to his aunts. That was the year Father Tracy took all the kids to the zoo, and he let them sing on the bus, and his little sister was born, with tiny toenails and no hair. And his mother and father kissed a lot. And the girl around the corner sent him a valentine with a row of X's. And he had to ask his father what the X's meant. And his father always tucked him into bed at night and was always there to do it. Once on a piece of white paper with blue lines, he wrote a poem, and he called it Autumn, because that was the name of the season. And that's what it was all about. His teacher gave him an A and asked him to write more clearly. And his mother never hung it on the kitchen door because of its new paint. And the kids told him that Father Tracy smoked cigars and left butts on the pews. And sometimes they would burn holes. That was the year his sister got glasses, with thick lenses and black frames. And the girl around the corner laughed when he asked her to go see Santa Claus, and the kids told him why. His mother and father kissed a lot, and his father never tucked him in bed at night. And his father got mad when he cried for him to do it. Once, on a paper torn from his notebook, he wrote a poem. He called it Innocence, because that was the question about his girl, and that's what it was all about. And his professor gave him an A, and a strange, steady look. And his mother never hung it on the kitchen door, because he never showed her. That was the year that Father Tracy died, and he forgot how the end of the Apostles' Creed went, and he caught his sister making out on the back porch. And his mother and father never kissed or even talked. And the girl around the corner wore too much makeup. That made him cough when he kissed her, but he kissed her anyway, because that was the thing to do. And at 3 a.m., he tucked himself into bed, his father snoring soundly. That's why, on the back of a brown paper bag, he tried another poem. He called it Absolutely Nothing, because that's what it was all about. He gave himself an A, and a slash on each damned wrist. And he hung it on the bathroom door, because this time, he didn't think he could reach the kitchen. I'm crying! Hold on. This is why I think it was important and should have been in the movie. I didn't know I was gonna cry. Wow. We love crying. I've cried so much on this channel. I'm laughing at myself as usual if you're not new here. There was one problem I actually had with the book, and it was resolved in the movie, which is always fun. It's always great when the movie resolves some issues you had with the book, especially because of course the movie's going to come out after the book comes out. So whoever is directing or writing the screenplay, they're going to look at it through the perspective of someone in whatever year it's coming out or they're filming it. So it offers a new perspective. It fixes things that, although might have been like timely when it came out, don't really fit so well in today's society. Stuff like that. Whoa, that was like, give me an A over here. English. There is one part, again, another like minor part that does not make any impact on the story, but it's a line that I just was like, we're gonna say that? When she started becoming a young lady, and no one was allowed to look at her because she thought she was fat, and how she really wasn't fat, and how she actually was very pretty. This is like a common thing that I find in books. Obviously, like the fact that like fat isn't ugly. It's not. It's a body type. It's not like fat equals ugly, and I think that's a big distinction that has definitely changed recently, and I think that is why it's like a problem now. And I guess when someone would read it, like when this came out in 1999, it probably like wasn't anyone's concern. They're like, oh yeah, like whatever, it makes sense, or they just like brush past it. But now that we're in 2018, we're kind of examining things like that a lot more and just kind of redefining what fat means and like bringing it back and being like, that is not a bad thing like whatsoever. It's like saying like skinny, it's like that's your body type. Fat, that's your body type. No one's better than the other. It's really just that simple. Like it irks me a little bit. Nonetheless, still love this book. It's not even like I'm saying like I told you that line because like it's not even important to the story like whatsoever. It doesn't impact the story, so I think that it's like okay, and I still like give this 5 out of 5 stars every time I read it. But yeah, that's not in the movie. So what I love about this movie is that Emma Watson is in it, and I can't name the other 2 actors because I'm not smart. But I just think this is like, if you see like the books right here, favorites of all time books, this is maybe my 2nd favorite all time book. Like some parts of just Charlie's character and his like just his kind of like way of like looking at life and his like interactions and relationships with people. It's always like literally the best thing to read something that sounds like it's coming out of your own head. One of my favorite things, as much as I love reading about different people and their different perspectives, I love that because obviously I'm never going to experience that. I'm never going to know what a black teenage boy's life is like. I don't know. I'm a white teenage girl. Like I'm never gonna know what that's like, and I appreciate those so much because it gives you so much perspective. At the same time, I also just love the books that I can just like see myself in it still gives you a kind of perspective. It still is kind of like a reality check and like a different view on things that you are doing and how you are suffering. And I feel like I'm in college right now. I'm like doing a presentation and I'm like, all right, y'all. Again, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. There is a big emphasis on music in this book. I'm so vague right now. I'm like really proud of myself. There's like a specific song that's mentioned a lot and means a lot. This is just like a weird like picky thing of mine. And in the movie, it's a different song. Like, it's still a great song. Actually, I've never listened to the song that's in the book. The song in the movie's great. It's iconic. But it's like a different song. I don't know why they did that. It's like a simple thing and I just know maybe there's something wrong with the copyright and they couldn't get that. So that's probably why. I don't know. It's like a weird like thing. Because if you read the book, you know how like important and stuff. So it not being there and not being there, but like being a different song is kind of like. Other than that, the art direction, the cinematography, the writing, I'm out of like fancy words I can use. This is what coffee does to me. Can you tell why I'm like this all the time? Coffee like low-key tastes like gasoline sometimes. I still love it though. This book is perfection. Like I don't even think any book to movie adaptation is going to compare to this. I have such high standards. This is definitely, I'm gonna say it, but like I reserve the right to change my opinion, so like quote me, but like don't. But this is the best book to movie adaptation because it just is so representative of the book and it really encapsulates the themes and the tone and everything basically perfectly. Anyways, I was gonna throw this, but this is my baby, so why would I do that? You know how like the end of the coffee is kind of like texturized? My coffee is gone, so I think that means it's about time to wrap up. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, like, comment, do all of the things, and I will see you in my very next video with different hair. Ooh! Bye!